Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. All set to bring you MLB The Show's Game of the Week. It's the New York Mets taking on the New York Yankees. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go. And towing the slab in this one, Max Fried. What do we have on him?
And a guy like this is going to keep you in the ball game. He's going to go out there, compete. Not going to see a whole lot of flair and flash, but he's going to hand it over to the bullpen at some point. And if you've been able to score a few runs, you'll be in it late. So we'll see if he's able to do that for his club in this one.
Fastball for a strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
That one missed. Ripped to short. Slings it across. One up, one down. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. It features one of the sport's true superstars, Juan Soto.
Boog, it's kind of a joke that this guy's got a career OPS over 900. I mean, there are a lot of players that hope that they could just do that in one season, but he's done it his entire career. And
oh, now this one's high and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. A monster shot to right. His 34th of the season, and the Mets on the board first. It's 1-0. 9 consecutive games with a home run.
Well, just dialed in at the dish right now. 9 games in a row. That's just unthinkable. Congrats to him.
You see how he stays square to the plate. He takes a breaking ball that's away, gets around it, gets it up in the air, and hits a long home run. Not exactly the way that you teach it in the cage, but you'll take the result.
Base is empty, one away. And here is Pete Alonso. Bounced up the middle. Chisholm in plenty of time to first, and that takes care of Alonso.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
2 down, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Mark Vientos. The pitch. Swings and misses. 2-2.
Well, you got to be careful with this guy. 2 outs, nobody on. He's looking to drive the ball really far. So if you can't get him to chase your pitch, you might just pitch around him a little bit and deal with the guy on deck if you walk him.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the third and final game of the series. That misses the zone, and the count's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Struck him out without a swing. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run. Back in the Bronx. So here's the lefty, Sean Manaea. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just, having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Vientos hauls it in, and there's one away. Let's take a look at our lineup. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, I think the approach you take is really try to lay off of those pitches down in the zone until he gets some called strikes and then forces you to go after that pitch. Until then, make him elevated, because guys that throw those sinkers, those two-seamers, really hard for them to be effective up in the zone. Those are pitches you can hammer. And when you get a cookie, you don't want to miss it.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Here is Aaron Judge. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Two out, space is empty. Fly ball down the line. And that ends the inning. Top of the second. Now the left fielder, Brett Bryant.
Brett Bryant.
Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. A gigantic blast, and they tack one on the board. It's 2-0.
He's going to the plate with a ton of confidence lately, and he's getting the results to back it up. No doubt, those two things feed off one another. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Starling Marte up to hit. And there's a rocket into the outfield.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
So, man aboard. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Double play ball to second. Glove flip for one onto Goldschmidt. That's 2.
Really nice double play turn right there, and it all started with that sweet glove flip on the feed to second. You know, these middle infielders, they spend a lot of time honing that glove work, so it just becomes like second nature. I think you also have to have a really good glove.
And there's the third out. That'll do it for the inning. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast, and it's 2-0. And we're back. Now it's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning. And Paul Goldschmidt will come up to hit. Swings through that one.
1-2.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. One down.
Well, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. Right now, he's really...
Runner on the go. Yeah, that's fouled off. And a 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
And now it's going to be Austin Wells. Chisholm off of first with 2 away. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 1 left for the Yankees, and they're down 2-0. Back at the ballpark, and in this series it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. And that one hammered. That's back there. And it's out of here into the home bullpen for a homer. He muscles that one out the opposite way. It's 3-0.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Back to the top of the Mets order. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. This one popped up. Goldie gets under it. And there's one down.
The batter, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
Here's Juan Soto. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Man at first with one gone, and now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. And that's in for a strike.
Heart of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Next offering is down low. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that one missing low.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
That's hard hit in the line. Bellinger snags it for the second out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Mark.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Makes the catch. And that's the third out. But the solo shot stretches their lead even as we go to the last of the third. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jason Dominguez. Swinging a foul out of play. Popped up. Alonso settles under this one. And there's one away. And now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. One down, base is empty. And a strike there to LeMahieu.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Out to short. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. So the lineup flips over. Here comes Cody Bellinger. Ripped to third, but handled. And that'll end the inning. Down in order go the Yankees. They trail in this one 3-0. Back now with the Subway Series. And now Brett Bryant. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time. And he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
And that one finds its way through. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Here's Starling Marte. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. And next for the Mets, Brandon Nimmo. Swing and a ground ball to Volpe at second for one. A 3-6-1 double play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
A dive, nice stop to first, but it pulls him off the bag.
That one really hurts. You're already down in the game, and that error puts you even further behind. Just can't let it compound from here, though. You got to flush it, get ready for the next one, make a play, get back in the dugout.
There's a swing and a drive. That'll make it out of here. Another homer. his second home run of the game, and they add to the lead. It's 6-0.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to.
Now pitching for the
JT Brubaker taking over
number
on the mound.
34.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a while. Coming on here after 5 days rest, so he should be rested. But we'll see if he has any rust to shake off.
Dominguez brings it in, and that'll do it. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2. Welcome back. And struggles at the plate in this series as we take a look at the numbers. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And there's one down.
The right fielder, number 99.
Here comes Aaron Judge. Hit in the air, left field. Bryant coming on. And there's 2 away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
The 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The next pitch misses, and that's ball 2. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Back now with the Subway Series.
The right fielder,
new inning getting started. Now at the plate, Juan Soto. Ripped on a line to center. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one down. Here's Pete Alonso, singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year.
Well struck left field. And that one hops the wall. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay, safe at second. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Into the outfield, base hit. Coming home. The throw in, but it's offline. And they're pulling away up by 7 now. So
I went into the game. I happened to hit 2 when I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me and said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
Judge makes the grab for the second out. So did Super Joe give you 2 suits?
Super Joe hooked me up with 2 suits.
Starling Marte, the next to hit.
Designated hitter, Starling Marte.
Out to short, Volpe. They get the force. That's the 3rd out. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Mets 7 and the Yankees nothing. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
The first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Ball to strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
And down on strikes he goes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Really love the pitch sequence
Now
right there. I'm
batting,
telling you what,
the
pitcher and
designated
catcher are on the
hitter,
same page right now.
So the batter now will be Trent Grisham. Manaea winds and deals. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball.
He's pitching
2
well,
strikes.
but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Got him looking. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side for the 2nd time today. So the Yanks go in order. Not going. Back now with the
Leading
Subway
off for the
Series.
Mets, the center fielder,
And now Brandon Nimmo. Left field. Dominguez under this one. Corrals it. And there's one down. And now Luis Angel Acuna. Line drive caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball,
oh, this one high and deep, way back there. Reaching for it and brings it in. Nothing across here this half. 8-9-1 scheduled in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Mets. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Jason Dominguez. Popped up right side, Alonso. And out number 1 on the grab.
that was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up. That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Right through there, got him. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one. So the batting order turns over. Cody Bellinger stepping in now for the Yankees.
Bellinger.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. In the air, left field, down the line. Bryant puts it away, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Francisco Lindor.
Popped up left side. Volpe. He makes the grab. And there's one away. And gone. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they boost their lead. It's 8-0. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
One down. In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Hit on the ground to short. Volpe throws to first in time. And that takes care of Alonso.
Now
good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what it was supposed to do.
2 outs, base is empty. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Mark Vientos. Ball to strike. The pitch. That one off the bad part of the bat. Just a lazy fly ball. And that's a fair ball. Runner at first with 2 away. Digging in, Brett Bryant. Line drive. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with
6.
2 away.
Now
new pitcher now, Scott Efros.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count.
Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers. So far.
Anthony Volpe.
Late with the swing there.
1 and 2.
The 1-1. And now he's fallen behind Judge. 1 out, base is empty. Swings through the sweeper.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, I think he's got to be feeling pretty invincible out there on the mound right now. I mean, he's got the shutout working so far, and even when he challenges these guys, he's getting away with it. That pitch right there really wasn't anything special, a hittable pitch, but he gets the punch out.
Swing and a miss. And he strikes out the side for the 3rd time today. Yanks held in check. And they're on the short end of an 8-0 score. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Do you collect baseball cards?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to put them in my back tire of my bicycle so it would sound like a motorcycle. Probably ruined some good cards back then, but don't really have much of a collection. The other day I came across a binder that my wife had in one of the drawers, and my son's got some baseball cards. So we'll be looking to see if there's any kind of retirement income in there.
Way out front for strike 2. Movement in the bullpen. Jonathan Loaisiga getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Hill warming up as well. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize.
That ends the inning, so we take a break. Back at Yankee Stadium, here is Goldschmidt.
The first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Tired or not, he's relentless with the way he pitches. He might be exhausted out there, but his stuff is still nasty.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. Nimmo makes the catch, and there's one gone. Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. And here comes the Mets manager.
Now pitching for
A.J. Minter gets the call from the pen. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Minter.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. That one ripped. That's back there. On the warning track, and hauls it in.
The catcher, number 28, Austin Wells.
2 down, bases empty. And here's the catcher, Austin Wells. And a swing and a miss.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office.
That's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. Down in order go the Yankees. Still 8-0. We go to the 9th. Here's Francisco Lindor.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Fouled off left side. Fly ball center field. And there's one down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Yeah, the batter now, Juan Soto. And that is in for a strike. 2-2 now. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Luke Weaver getting loose out there. Up the middle. Handles, throws to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Good sinker low in the zone right there, and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
2 outs. Now he breaks his bat. And that is that. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season. And here comes the Mets manager to the mound.
Now pitching for
so they
the
turn to
Mets.
their closer, Edwin
Number
Diaz.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off.
Third
It's kind of like a cutter. It just can eat you up, saw you off. Tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. The pitch to LeMahieu. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves, knowing that they can.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, there was no letdown after they got to 10 wins. Came out today, pushed it to 11. The opposition looks disgusted from the other side of the field. They respect the talent that's over there, but they also think that this is a lucky team. Well, that's the thing about baseball. You've got to be good and you've got to be lucky. Right now, they're clicking on all cylinders, and they're just going to ride it as long as it'll last.
8-0 is how this one ends. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by the Game of the Week. I'm John Shambi.